let's see if that has helped things then, shall we? So, what kind of frame rate are we getting on the game here? Are things noticeably faster or not? Yes, they are. Okay. I suppose we can record this video like this then, and we'll see if we can further improve it later on. This will be in 720p, like most of my Dwarf videos, because apparently the game finds it easier to record it like that. Or admittedly, it might just be that I have set the frame rate somewhat lower. I will see if the resolution downscale affects things positively or negatively as I'm recording this, frame rate wise. And yeah, we are happily pretty much done with that apparently. Okay, so the crop is planted, that's good. That is actually very good, because that does mean that we will be getting stuff from there. And people will start digging once all the stuff is brought inside from here, in fact. I could dig out another, and they are in fact digging already, excellent. I could dig out another thing to store all the cloth and the like, and maybe I should, because if someone steals an anvil or starts stealing that thread or whatever, it would kind of suck. In fact, it would suck a great deal. Okay, that looks good. That looks like the depot is very much done. Okay. Okay. And this is the down below level where we will actually start spreading out some. Okay. Probably don't want to spread out in the ocean direction. Anyway, whoops, that's too much. But we do want to create an airlock here, have a door, have a guard room, and then have a forge room, I think. Is that right in terms of size? No, like this. There we go, that should be appropriate. Will we have mines here or what? Because I could just have like a airlock here and just move the whole thing forward a bit. Right? You know what, let's treat this like a proper airlock instead of like this, and have it be like this, then 6, and have a place here. And this can sort of lead into the main thing. In fact, I mean, we do want a guard room here, right? But behind the guard room, we could just have the main stairway of the fort. And then spread out around there instead of making a big-ass thing like before, right? That's not accurate either. Like this. Then an opening like this, and this can be the main stairway. Yeah. I think we could do it like this. Just have traps and a door and just an airlock leading off the main stairway leading to the top levels, and have it like this. I actually kind of like this idea. It might be better than what I had set up previously in some of my other forts. This could work. We could go with this. We could really go with this. We have idle people. Idle people means people that aren't doing their jobs. We don't like idle people. I'm just gonna enable wood burning and forging on everyone for now. I mean, dedicated guys will be more effective, but I want at least 2 smelters here so I can start turning some of that glorious iron into something that we can actually use. Ooh, that's silt. Why is there silt here? There is no way in which that is cool. That is... Now that's not actually according to plan, is it? Why don't we get rid of that? And why don't I think? Maybe we don't want to do stuff on this level yet. I mean, we could set up our farms here. Don't need to dig up for farms, do we? This could be our farm level. And we could put the forges deeper in. Essentially. Okay, why don't we dig this out then? I suppose we can go with this for now. Might as well. Now, why have the up-down stairway there is the question. Good question, because I'm hoping there might be some sand nearby. This will obviously need to be remade using shale blocks for reasons. Okay, that's mudstone. Dirty, stinking mudstone. Okay, give me 5 levels. And give me proper access to them. Yay, so. Have at it. Okay, so. Why don't we dig out something like this and have a farm there? And why don't we do the same on the other side as well? Possibly. Just so that we have it ready. Then we can make a little thing here where it can be accessed from all sides. You can always turn that into a stockpile or something, and considering that this is just soil and we'll probably have to rebuild the walls there anyway, it shouldn't matter too much if we do that right away. You know, if we dig out like this, we can always just rebuild the walls because we'll probably have to do some rebuilding anyway. And it won't really matter. Now, if you give me 20 units of limonite, that's 80 iron bars, which is enough to start with. Most definitely enough to start with. If we have that much, and we turn even some of it into goblets, it will be enough for a good long while. Those are resin apples. There's some gemage here which we can use eventually. No access to actual sand as of yet. Looking around here, I don't see any sand which I can actually access unless I start sinking like test shafts downwards. What are those dingoes? Sea otters. Huh. Okay, sea otters it is. We're gonna be killing some sea otters probably. Lavender jade, eh? Cute. I like it. Sexy. Now I could keep digging downwards looking for gold, but I think that at this point it's a waste of manpower because we don't really need the gold. Iron is more than good enough for our needs right now. What we really need is a set of forges. We could dig them out behind here for now, and I think that that might be a useful approach and a workable one. It's definitely something we could go with. We'll want to set up farms here right away in order to avoid crab growing in there and making it impossible to get a proper 5x5 farm, because stuff can get in the way. Apparently not here though, because we're gonna have stone interfering possibly. Depends on this little corner, doesn't it? Because that could be a derpy farm and we don't want it to be derpy. Nope, it's actually gonna be okay. It works out in our favor. That's okay then. We are gonna start planting more plump helmets in there, I think. Just to get a basic amount of food set up. And in the other one we'll start growing other things possibly. Some of the other seeds we've bought with us. Because, yeah, seeds are good things. We enjoy having the, you know, sustainability option that they bring. Now, once we have iron, we can make anything we need, including anvils, chains even, armor, trade goods, furniture even. Pretty much anything we need we can get using iron. I think I might make some mechanisms, in fact. And we will most definitely make some iron bridges. Because those will allow us to close ourselves off eventually and just, you know, be awesome. This top area will not be closable offable because reasons, but I think I will dig out a food storage here at some point, and I think the main forge area really should be behind here. And even if it is dug out from soil, it should still not cause any major problems. It should still be quite workable. Yeah, I think that will do. Eventually we'll run out of wood because we're burning it all up in charcoal, but hey, whatever. Nobody actually cares that much. Now, sweet pods need to be milled and then cooked into stuff, because essentially you make sugar and then you can cook it into bread with wheat, and just, you know, it's a big complicated industry on the food side. Or we can use them for variety on booze. The question is, do we need this? Better safe than sorry, I would say, I guess. Okay, so that's known. That will eventually run out of stuff to process. Look at all those fish, huh? If only we had a large amount of fishermen. Okay, down below. Again, a bridge that raises and seals things off, like so. Don't have any actual forges yet, but we have plenty of time. It's not even summer yet. When we get our first migration wave, then we have to start thinking about this. And there go the plump helmets. We're not gonna run out of food, at least. At least for this smaller group of dwarves. We're gonna certainly survive for a good long while this way, which is perfect. I'm gonna enable the workflow plugin, and I maintain me somewhere between 40 and 60 bars of coal right now. And yes, it should stay suspended for now till we slip below 40. That is good enough. Meanwhile, you can just start harvesting that and handling that. Because apparently I have decided to be paranoid about food this time around. Of course, what good is all the food if the moment you get siege, then close the gates, you realize that the food stockpile is on the outside, right? But hey, we're gonna correct that little problem in a little while. Now, where am I gonna keep my bullets and my armor and the like? Because, yeah, I do want a big stockpile for those. It's 5x5 isn't gonna cut it. If we're gonna be running 6 squads, we're gonna have a lot of stockpiles of arms and armor. Like a lot. Okay, let's take a look. Yep, something like 10-12 plants at this point, which is great. Everyone's happily planting. That is great too. I love it. Absolutely awesome. And yeah, we're in that part of the game where we're starting to realize that, hey, wish we had more manpower. Where the initial crap has been taken care of and we're actually sort of okay. You didn't finish constructing it and you went to sleep. Fucking dwarves. Okay, I do hope the sound isn't too quiet. It seems fine, and I haven't actually set it to amplify like anything, and I do hope the quality and everything is good. But you will have to let me know if something is horribly dirt up and I will correct it. I will record like 4-5 videos today and publish them all at the same time, so just go to the 6th video and see if the problem has been fixed, if there's something horribly annoying. And if when you're watching these videos aren't published, you know, the 6th video hasn't been made yet, make sure to comment on something being horribly wrong. Because, you know, I'm gonna have Jackalor tell me if there's anything horribly wrong anyway, so it'll hopefully be alright. Hopefully. You know Jackalor, the guy that I've been hanging out with, that plays the Vampire the Masquerade game with me. You know, the tabletop one, the one that has been recording the last couple of sessions while my laptop has been slowly being, you know, revived with a fresh hard drive. Well, not a fresh hard drive, I scavenged it from some random place, but you know what I mean. That Jackalor. That Jackalor who has been happily helping me out. And how are we on time? We're good on time. Excellent. Dwarves do consider farming a pretty high priority job, so they're not digging or doing any such things, but that's okay. I actually want to make sure that they are making much use of those plum helmets. I don't think I have that many seeds left. I shouldn't anyway, because I didn't bring... I brought like 60 with me. Which I've planted almost like... I've planted like 50 of them, so we should be getting pretty close to the end of that. Weird how some of them prefer to go here and some of them prefer to go downstairs for the planting. You know, having 2 farm plots will be enough. That can provide a goodish amount of stuff, and with experienced planters you can actually get more than a single plant from each tile. So honestly, eventually they could provide a biggish chunk of our food and other stuff. Some of them will have like pigtails planted in them, because I will possibly want a thread industry. Possibly. Alternatively, I might just focus on importing a lot of leather, which is again a lot easier to do than producing stuff on my own. Honestly, I can make great use of the stuff I get from the traders and rely on that for a lot of my economy and just cut out huge chunks of industry that aren't useful to me. I will probably want to have soaping of my own, simply because that's something you can't import and it's necessary for medicine and stuff. That is apparently being constructed, and iron bars have been brought down into there. People have started digging. Apparently we're out of seeds at long last. Okay. I will want a wood and a bars stockpiles next to here. I might eventually have other bar stockpiles, but for a good long while it's just gonna be these. Where we're gonna keep all of the bars and blocks that we have, because we're not gonna need that much. If we put things properly in bins anyway, we won't. And behind here we're gonna have a tunnel with additional places where we're actually gonna be keeping our armor and munitions and the like. I don't know. Possibly also some stone and stuff. Actually, yes. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have stockpiles like this for various types of ore and the like. We'll want flagstone in case we find any. I think we had some, but I don't recall exactly. I think we had some. So gold, silver, copper, iron, flagstone. I think that this is a good enough architecture to work. And then on the other side of that, we're gonna have ourselves the weapons stockpiles. 9 by 9 should be enough, if everything is put into bins, that is. So we're gonna set it up like this. And a single entrance ought to be enough. So we're gonna set it up like this. Now we're gonna have this, then 6, 6. So somewhere like here there should be another entrance. Right? In theory, right. Or is that wrong? That is in fact wrong. Because we want... Wait, how long is this? 14 by 14, okay. So that's 6. So here, yes. 6, 6, 6, 6. But here we're wrong here, because I derped. There we go. Corrected. It will now be properly aligned. Again, we're digging out in soil and we'll be replacing a lot of this with constructed walls and floors, which may well... I mean, it won't matter that much if we derp something up, because we're replacing it anyway, and this won't be carvable in any case. But, you know, maybe, just maybe this... I mean, we want it to look nice right from the very start, if we can manage that, right? Alright, and they are happily digging. What are the rest of them doing? Smelting and otherwise doing things by themselves of thinginess. We have almost finished with that, which is good. Okay, while you're doing that, someone make me some shale forges. Down below I will want 4 wood furnaces. Why 4, you ask? Because 4. Eventually we will temporarily deconstruct them. I mean, we can have forges and smelters, and I want to be able to keep everything running. Especially if we're gonna be doing steel production, we are gonna need a lot of charcoal, and I don't want to run out. I want to ensure that we have a goodish supply, so I'm going for a large amount of those. 4 reasons. Okay, that is done. Excellent. We will need mechanisms in order to process it into something we can actually use, and by that I mean create some levers. So I will make a mechanics workshop here and enable mechanisms on everyone, because I do want to set up those levers ASAP as an emergency measure so that the fort just doesn't die when a random, weird otter shows up or something. Because that can, in fact, happen. You may laugh, but a weird otter is a serious, serious threat. Thinking I'm just gonna keep the food possibly from the people here, considering the fact that I have iron. Well, the food and the leather. So, why don't we, again, temporarily make a butcher's and a tanner's. That was Jackalore. Playing Europe Universalis 4, in case you're wondering. So, yeah. Let us see. Everyone is slowly digging and slowly constructing, which is great, in fact. Have we moved over to summer? I don't think we have we? Nope. Just had some rain, that's all. Okay, now we have more rain. This driftwood, it might look like something you can use. You can't use driftwood. Even though it would be nice if you could burn it at least. But no, that is unfortunately not a thing that could be a thing. There's metalsmithing, architecture, and all kinds of things, in fact. None of which we apparently actually have. But that's okay. Booze-wise, we still have more than half of what we came with, which is good. We can certainly work with that. And butchery and tannery would certainly be good additions to their skill set. That's the last of the limonite, which is great. I might soon start turning it either into battle axes or goblets or both. In fact, making a large amount of battle axes, considering the fact that it will be good practice as well, is not the worst idea. Because we can sell those, and battle axes, iron ones, that is, are actually worth something. Apparently his highest level skill is now mining. Good for him, I suppose. The stuff above we are gonna ditch. All of them, in fact. So kindly just deconstruct those, because we don't really need them anymore. And you... no, I even want to, but not yet. That is not a great thing to do. Okay, we're gonna have access to enough iron and charcoal and everything in order to easily make what we need. So then what we need to worry about is other things. Digging this place out, setting up the stockpiles properly, the like. Which shouldn't be too much of a problem, honestly, either. What I do want, though, is exactly 6 mechanisms so that I can hook up those glorious levers as a thing. Do I want to have a danger room here? Honestly, I might. But at the same time... Okay. One more thing. We have our airlock. It's gonna be secure. It's fine. Why don't we dig out a stockpile here? Like this. For food and the other things we brought with us so that we don't lose them. And then here we can keep, I don't know, something, anything. We can make that our refuse stockpile for now, in fact. Where we'll keep, like, leftovers from animals. And it's now summer, which means we'll get a migrant wave soon. I might want to make some more picks in order to help with the digging, because I'll probably have everyone enabled for digging for a while, just to help construct things. Actually, setting this up in soil does speed things up a great deal, because we don't have as much of a problem just setting things up. Which is kind of great. Are we on time? 30 minutes. Should probably split this video anyway. Okay, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm gonna of course derp around with the settings a bit more, see if I can improve it. So see you there.